He comes there and then he is a Sikh. Durban, Germany say. And then there is another gentleman who has come there to, he's dropping him off. And it's already late now, 11:30, and then we have to travel, I have to travel 100 miles up. This man is living in Cerritos, he has to travel, drop him and come down. It's 200 miles for him. So he asked me, hesitatingly, can you take him? And then I said, no problem, I could travel another 15 miles north, I will drop him and go. And then he sits, night 12 o'clock, hour and a half drive. I just sit, I don't know what to ask of him. He answers each and every question that I had asked over here in my house. He's talking about Vishnu, he's talking about Hari, and he talks about, kahan tum dhoond rahe ho Hari ko? Hari to tumhare andar hai. And then he gives me an example. He asks me, have you ever played hide and seek? I said, yeah. So tell me how you play the game. I said, yeah, I have 5 people who I have to do. I have, say, Mamta, I have a few other people, Anita, and then all the 5 people are in my mind, and then one by one, once I say, okay, take that, I recognize her. Finally, it's just only one person that is in my mind. He has filled you himself. So at that time when you're thinking of Hari, you're not thinking about anybody else. Hari has just filled you, right? I said, yes. I said, that is your state. And on that same night, it happened on June 21st, 2007. I was living in the temple. At 3 a.m., he reveals to me.
Gave you darshan?
Yeah. It's an experience that was mind-boggling. It just happens. And I don't know what happened, I just merge. It took me 2 days to understand what exactly happened to me. So when I come back and I'm doing my morning puja and I'm getting ready to cut flower, I'm not able to cut flower. My hands shake. My tears are coming out because he has now showed me that he is in the flower. I'm not able to cut flower. Earlier I could just cut the flower and take it. That was one. I'm not able to share. I feel it is my inability to share that experience that happened at 3 a.m. because it's like eating fruit. When I eat that apple, I am not able to describe how sweet it is or how sour it is. Whether it's sweet like honey or sweet like sugar, I'm not able to describe that. So please pardon me for not being able to share that experience. But what happened after that was just shook me. I would see a cockroach earlier, I would just kill it. I'm not able to kill the cockroach. I'm not able to kill the cricket. I'm not able to cut flowers. I'm not able to drive my car. I'm not able to sit in the car. I hesitate to sit in the car. Krishna, you are in there. So I had to put peacock feather in my Camry. My Camry is 16 years old, 318,000 miles. It is Krishna there. Kanmuri in Japan means crown, jewel of the crown. Camry. That's how Toyota named Camry. Krishna manifested there. I had to put peacock feather inside, put a tilak inside, and do namaste, and then only I could get into the car. We were managing a property for the Udupi temple in Dobson Road. I had to clean a lot of scorpions. I could not kill scorpions. It became difficult. Tears would come. So those are all the kind of changes that started to happen. Suddenly, non-violence took on a different meaning now. I now have a deep reverence to life. That transformation that happened. And then in one of the rooms which was hardly used, there was a decomposed smell that was happening. And the cleaners who came did not want to go into the room. Priest said, no, I'm not going in there. And then I said, okay, I will go inside. A few weeks go by. When I go in there, there are like over 5 dead cats in a highly decomposed this thing. I sit down, I clean up all the mess, all the kitty droppings are there, I clean it up and things like that. As I am cleaning it, he reveals there are maggots there, and he says, Hari, I'm here too. So that the transcendence of sweet smelling and very bad smelling, he's there, Bhagavan is there. That those are the subtleties of life that he put together, put it all together. And at that time, it was like, this is beautiful. A transformation. At work, Karma Yoga came only in 2009 when I started managing production for Honeywell. On the shop floor, as this was happening, the engine parts that were being made, those became very beautiful because Krishna came in there. As I would hold the engine parts, tears would flow. Karma Yoga came in at that point. Dhyana Yoga came a little earlier. So when we were talking about that. So Karma Yoga at that point, I could not take ownership of my work that I was doing at Honeywell. I could never tell, I will get this job done. But I had to say it because otherwise they'll say this guy is gone cuckoo.
I'm very curious, sorry. Did you actually see the kind of idol or you just experience
you will cut
in your
across
mind?
that.
You'll experience God in your mind, in your
In
feeling.
your whole being. You don't know where you are.
Oh.
I did not see any Krishna or anything like that. Krishna was cut across. He was gone.
You just have a very different feeling.
It just at 3 a.m. I just sat. I don't know what happened.
There are lots of things like that happen.
Huh?
When
It
you're
just
on
happened.
this path it does.
And it took me 2 more days for the town to kind of
Come out of it.
to even figure out what was going on, that kind of thing. So at Honeywell, I could not shake hands. That's when I came up with Namaste. I would do Namaste to everybody. I would not shake hands in the community, Indian community also. The reverence started to grow. Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam came into my workhouse. In my office, I will always have it. The Americans will come in and read it. What's this, the Bhagavad Gita? I said, read it. See what it is for you. So that transformation started to happen. And then meditation. I do not do meditation, I am meditation. I do not do prayer, I am prayer. And the concept where I shared with you, of our asking, where we ask, that dropped more than 8-9 years ago. If my wife is ill or if I am ill, and recently my parents had to be hospitalized, both of them in Chennai, nobody to help, I could never ask Krishna, make them all right. I would just do prayer. Namaste. Thank you. Come on. The day the divine decides the soul has to leave this body, and the other thing that happened, I am not this body. That thing came too. But I have to take care of this body because this body is the only vehicle through which I can connect myself. So hence, I shall take care of it. But earlier, the taking care was more of self-preservation. I had to look beautiful for somebody else. I have to do it for somebody else. Oh, by the way, now, since I'm self-preserving it, I'm naturally beautiful. So those are all the fringe benefits, like frequent flyer miles. You travel and by the way, you get all these fringe benefits that happen, that kind of a thing. And then later on, the Vishnu Sahasranamam that we were chanting today, even though I have been chanting it for the past many years, 40 plus years, he came into my life on the 40th day after I was born. I knew all along, but that level of awareness was not there. See, what all I talked today is nothing magical. We all know it. It's just a trigger, like you say, that the turning point that happens. I just recently learned within myself, all along I knew, 40th day, he came into my life. Krishna came into my life. And Bhaja Govindam, that song that I sing, was the song that my father sang to me as a lullaby, to put me to sleep. Every day, every night. He will put me on his shoulder and he will sing me that song in the corridor. So Bhaja Govindam, Krishna. So life just simply became beautiful. And once that thing happened, people thought I'm a very staunch Vaishnavite. Only Vishnu. Nothing like that. He will invite me to Shiva temples, and at the Shiva temple, he will tell me when to come, and people will be there to take me in. Automatically.